Newport High School. I'm Kate DePaulo.
And I'm Yasmin Lana.
Welcome to another episode of Alumni Spotlight, where we feature a special graduate each month and see what they're doing today. Today we're joined by Dr. Beth Wood, a proud graduate of the class of 2004. It's nice for you to join us today. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm really excited to be back at my alma mater.
So tell us about your experience at KHS.
I'm a graduate of the class of 2004. When I was here, I was very involved. I was the president of the student council. I was a class officer all 4 years while I was here. I was in the environmental club. I played sports here and there, but I really wasn't that competitive. I didn't have the heart for it. Good group of friends that I'm still in contact with, and yeah, it was a great experience.
That's really cool. Tell us how you chose this path and what you did to further your education.
Well, I knew that I always wanted to work with the special education population. When I was a senior in high school, I had a really great opportunity. Instead of taking a study hall, they allowed me to go over to the central school and volunteer 1 or 2 periods a day in one of the self-contained classes over there. So I got to know the population, I got to know the profession a little bit more from a different angle rather than the student experience that I had had. And so I knew that's what I wanted to do. When I went to college, I went to Ramapo College for my undergraduate. I started in the education program, and I kind of went off track a little bit. I took some electives, I took some political science classes, and I really liked them. And so knowing that I ultimately wanted a master's degree anyway, I stepped back from the teacher education program so that I could pick up a minor. And yeah, which I don't have any regrets about. I wasn't able to jump right into teaching after my bachelor's degree, which most people do. I did have to enroll in a post-bac master's program, which I did at Caldwell College. I wrapped it up in 2011. I started teaching at Village School in Homedale, and once I was tenured, I enrolled in a doctorate program, and I just completed it.
What influenced you to be a doctor of education?
The haters, 100%. When I was an undergraduate, I was working as an EMT on the weekends and in the evenings, and I had a boss tell me that I would never get my doctorate. Kind of judged me, and that was like a little bit of fuel into my fire. I love education. I am not done learning. I will probably enroll in something else after a year or two just to keep learning. I'm a forever learner. But you know, when you write a dissertation, which is the end process of completing this degree, you get to write a dedication. And the final paragraph of my dedication says, "I'd like to acknowledge everyone who didn't believe in me throughout this process. You added fuel to my fire, and you can now call me Dr. Beth." So the haters definitely pushed me to get here.
That's great. You get to just show them that you were able to do it.
Absolutely.
What would you say is your biggest challenge as a teacher?
I think everyone has this idea when they go into teaching that it's a fairy tale and rainbows and butterflies, because all they know is their experience as a student, especially in elementary school. You remember your teacher and sitting down for story time and the crafts and the projects, but that's what they wanted you to see as a student. You don't really know everything that's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what time they're staying up at night planning. You don't know that they're spending out of their own pocket to make sure that you have what you need. They don't know that they take on your sadness and your struggles. So that's a big challenge, just adapting to what teaching actually is from the fairy tale that your teachers gave you as a student.
On a lighter note, what would you consider your greatest accomplishment during school?
Finishing. When I started the program, I was dating my husband, but we got engaged while I was there. We got married while I was in the program. I had 2 children while I was in the program. And again, the haters, I had professors in the program who said like, "Oh, you're pregnant." They didn't congratulate me. They told me how hard it was going to be for me to finish. And I still did it alongside most of my cohort members, and before some of them too. So finishing and having my children there to see me finish, definitely the biggest accomplishment. Thanks.
Is there anything else that we haven't covered that you feel the students of Newport High School should know about earning a Doctor of Education and becoming a teacher?
I think regardless of what you want to do, become a teacher, join the military, full-time employment, it doesn't matter. I hate when I hear people use, well, I went to Keyport as an excuse. Stop using it as an excuse and start using it as a platform. If you work hard and you're nice to people, you can do anything you want. It's cheesy, but there is nothing greater than a Raider, and I believe that with everything inside of me.
That's all the time we have today. We would like to thank you on behalf of the TV Club and me and Kate Christian. We'd like to thank you for your precious time. That's all we have for time. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you guys for having me.
Bye.
Thanks, Keyport High School.